Hey guys, darkmaster491 here, and this is my round 6 set versus Dabide from the Rose Tower Open Tournament during the 4th of July weekend. Let's see, they got the Tailwind here with the Whimsicots. I'm thinking they could lead with Whimsicott and maybe Tapu Fini to counterplay my Colossal strategy. But I'm not sure if I want to lead with Rillaboom until I find out how fast the Tapu Fini is compared to my Rillaboom. I could lead with Dragapult and Rillaboom, but I'm gonna go with Dragapult Urshifu for this game and see if they lead with the Tapu Fini, and yeah, I'll bring in Rillaboom later, this way I can Grassy Glide, because if Tapu Fini is slower than my Rillaboom, then yeah, they'll change the terrain, and if they set up Tailwind and go for like Max Hailstorm on Rillaboom, then I'm gonna lose Rillaboom, and yeah, I won't even be able to get an attack off. I mean, I could go for like, let me see, I could go for like Fake Out and Max Airstream into the Whimsicott, but then they could still Dynamax the Tapu Fini. They could go for Tailwind and Max Hailstorm play into Rillaboom. I guess I could have just taken the risk and led with Dragapult and Rillaboom anyways, just to find out how fast my Rillaboom is compared to the Tapu Fini. But yeah, I wasn't too sure about this kind of situation with Tailwind, because if they don't have Tailwind, then it's a little easier to deal with that. But yeah, they are gonna lead with the Whimsicott and Tapu Fini. So Tapu Fini could be Choice Specs or maybe like Life Orb or something. I don't know what kind of Tapu Fini this is. Actually, what I want to do here, although it's wiser to go for Max Airstream, I want to get the defense drop onto Tapu Fini. I mean, I want to go for Max Airstream, but yeah, I'd rather get the defense drop, because I can bring in Rillaboom later on and go for like Grassy Glide to get rid of Tapu Fini, or at least threaten it. The only problem is they have Metagross in the back, so it's not really going to help me, because they'll obviously just switch out the Tapu Fini, and then I can't do anything to Metagross in return, really. Like resisted Grassy Glide is not going to really do much. Okay, so yeah, they're going to go for Tailwind. Not much I can do there. I mean, I could have brought a Fake Out Pokemon to try to deny the Tailwind. But then, yeah, this Fini's gonna hit me pretty hard. Yeah, I think that's a Choice Specs Tapu Fini, because I did way too much damage to Urshifu. I mean, Urshifu doesn't have good special defense, but I definitely would have thought it would do a little less than that. But yeah, it brought it down to the Focus Sash, so definitely think it's Choice Specs. And Whimsicott is not Focus Sash, so that tells me it might be Eject Button. So that's something to keep in mind for the next game. Although the top cut is gonna be like open team sheet anyways, so if I happen to play Dabide again in the top cut, then I'm already gonna have that information. So basically, I'm trying to get information on my opponent about their play style. Like, I want to know how they're playing. So I don't really want to bring my best counter lead. I mean, of course, my best counter lead is to lead with Dragapult and Rillaboom. Yeah, because then, if I play them in top cut again, they might not lead with the same things, and it could cost me the set if I lead with the wrong Pokemon. So now, let's see here. Not much I can do, is they got the Metagross on the field with the Tailwind up. They're probably just gonna Max Hailstorm or Max Steel Spike. But I mean, maybe they double into Urshifu for some reason. I don't know. I mean, they could just Dazzling Gleam anyways. Yeah, they could predict the switch. Maybe they go for like, I don't know, double into the Urshifu slot or something. Yeah, I'm gonna try to predict that maybe for some reason they try to double into Urshifu expecting me to switch or something. And that I leave Dragapult on the field. I don't know, there's not much I can do here. This is a very bad position. Okay, they go for Dazzling Gleam. That's gonna do a lot of... Actually, Rillaboom took that pretty well. I'm surprised. So there's the Iron Head, and yeah, Incineroar is still kind of healthy, but yeah, my opponent didn't use their Dynamax yet, and this is pretty bad because like you're not gonna keep Feeny in there. Obviously, you're gonna switch out. So I am like screwed now. I mean, it would be great if I can take out the Feeny, but I know my opponent's not gonna let me do that. So trying to figure out if there's a way I can just stall the Tailwind. I'm just gonna Flare Blitz. I mean, I'm thinking I could protect Rillaboom, but I mean, if they have Urshifu in the back, this isn't gonna really do any good for me. Like, I need damage onto Urshifu. Yeah, they seem to be... If they switch... Okay, so their choice. I was gonna say, if they switch out, they probably are like choice specs that the no protect, or you know, like I mean, I guess if Expert Belt allows it to do that kind of damage to Urshifu and Dragapult, but it's likely choice specs. Yeah, because of that damage. And it still did a pretty decent damage to Rillaboom. Yeah, I would have thought maybe Rillaboom would have taken it a little better, the Dazzling Gleam. But anyways, yeah, there's a Steel Spike. Well, that confirms that they don't have max Hailstorm. So yeah, okay. So that explains that. They definitely don't have max Hailstorm. Otherwise they would have used Ice Punch previously and maybe into the Dragapult slot. Yeah, I wasn't sure if they were like Ice Punch or something, so I guess they don't have it. Okay, so that's good. Let's see, so maybe they have like Max Quake or Max Rockfall. Yeah, the situation's even worse than last turn. I mean, they could even switch back into the Tapu Fini and try to finish off a Rillaboom. Yeah, I'm just gonna sack Dragapult here. Okay, there's a Wicked Blow. And bye-bye Dragapult, unfortunately. Okay. They see that my Incineroar has the Shuka Berry, but it doesn't really matter because they're gonna see that in the top cut anyways. So it's gonna finish off Incineroar at that range. But yeah, Life Orb, Metagross, just too strong. Nothing we can do here. So I'm thinking in game 2, they could lead with the same thing, but I kind of want to see how my opponent plays. Like, do they adapt to my potential Rillaboom lead? Like, I'm kind of afraid they might lead with Thundurus if I lead with Dragapult and Rillaboom next game. So I want to see if they do that and how they play. Like, I'm not taking this too seriously. Although, I mean, if you do well in the Swiss rounds, there's a possibility you could get a bye in the top cut. But I mean, other than that, like, I'm not really taking my round 5, round 6 matches seriously because I'm already in the top cut. So I don't really care too much if I lose these sets. Because, yeah, it doesn't affect me other than, you know, maybe I don't get a bye. So basically I have to work harder in the top cut. We'll see what happens though. But yeah, not much I can do here. I'm just gonna predict the like Tapu Fini switch in and just try to get more damage with Wood Hammer. Yeah, I mean the Grassy Glide wouldn't have picked up the KO onto Urshifu anyways because they had the max Steel Spike boost, so yeah, gonna go for Surging Strikes to get a little damage on Metagross and the Wood Hammer. I mean they still win because, yeah, I predicted the Fini switch in, but it, like, at what cost? Doesn't really matter because I knock it out, then they probably knock out my Urshifu or Rillaboom. I mean, it doesn't really matter because I mean they can always like Sucker Punch Urshifu because Urshifu's at like 1 HP there. So yeah, they take out Urshifu with a max Steel Spike, and yeah, I mean that's the play there because then no more Surging Strikes from Urshifu. So yeah, that's pretty much GG. And on to game 2. I mean, I'm gonna predict that maybe they try to predict me to lead with the Rillaboom and Dragapult, and I want to see how they play. Do they adapt to predict my to predict me to lead with Dragapult and Rillaboom, or do they lead with Tapu Fini again? Because I mean, I could lead with Rillaboom and Dragapult, and yeah, if my Rillaboom is slower than their Tapu Fini, I would have a big advantage. Because then they're forced to Dynamax the Tapu Fini, or they lose Tapu Fini, or they have to switch it out. And yeah, Rillaboom has Fake Out pressure on the Whimsicott anyways, so they have to make a decision. Either I predict them to switch to Fini, or they stay in to try to get some damage. So I'm gonna predict them to maybe lead with Thundurus and Whimsicott, although that's very risky because I could lead with Colossal, which I actually am gonna do in this game. I'm gonna lead with Urshifu and Colossal. But they usually, if people win the game, they're likely to lead with the same thing, but I mean, you kinda have to be smart in a tournament. You have to expect your opponent to readapt, right? And yeah, the best way I can adapt to game 2 is to lead with Dragapult and Rillaboom to counter their Tapu Fini and Whimsicott lead. But this of course depends if my Rillaboom is actually slower than their Tapu Fini. I mean, if it's faster, I guess I could they'll have the Misty Terrain, so I could go for, let's say, I would have to like Fake Out Max Phantasm, stop Whimsicott, and then the next turn I can go for Wood Hammer into Tapu Fini. But then Tapu Fini could Dynamax, go for Max Hailstorm, and knock out Rillaboom. Because the thing is, either I Fake Out. Like, it's much better if Rillaboom is slower, because I always get the priority Grassy Glide, and it's more threatening for Tapu Fini. But if Rillaboom is faster than Tapu Fini, they get the Misty Terrain up, they have Tailwind pressure, or maxing Fini. So yeah, if I go for the Fake Out play, they max Hailstorm Rillaboom. And yeah, if I just go for the Wood Hammer into Tapu Fini, then they get the Tailwind up and they max Hailstorm Rillaboom. It's still a lose-lose situation for me. So I need to find out. Okay, so they lead with Fini again. I would like to know if the Tapu Fini is faster. I mean, I guess I should have just leveled it in game 1. Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure if they would leave with Fini Whimsicott game 1, but I had a feeling they might. Okay, so I'm gonna predict they're gonna switcheroo to my Colossal, and what I want to do is Aqua Jet the Whimsicott to get rid of the. Okay, so they are gonna switcheroo. I predicted that perfectly because they didn't have a Focus Sash, so I thought they were gonna have the eject button. Man, eject button Whimsicott is so annoying. But yeah, at least I predicted that perfectly, and I think they're just gonna Dazzling Gleam, because if I Aqua Jet into my Colossal, then yeah, I'm already ejecting out my Colossal if they tricked me the eject button. So yeah, I just wasted my turn. So I'm gonna predict that they're gonna like Dazzling Gleam. Yeah, okay. So that would be the best thing for them to do if I actually fell for it. Now another cool play I could have made is to just go for the... Yeah, I could have went for Aqua Jet into Colossal through Protect. Well, actually that doesn't solve that problem with the eject button. That's the only issue. But the thing is, I would proc my policy and then I guess I could still Vocal Lift into like Feeny and... Yeah, I mean, at least we would get the +2 Vocal Lift. But the issue is, yeah, they can still knock me out with the Tapu Fini, or... Yeah, they could still trick eject button and then Sucker Punch with the Urshifu or something. I don't know. So it was... The play I made turn 1 was better, I think. But the problem is, there's Urshifu in the field, and Urshifu could try to Sucker Punch my Urshifu. So it's not looking good here. Unfortunately, yeah, this doesn't work out for me. I'm gonna try to see if I can go for the Aqua Jet play, and hopefully the Urshifu is not Focus Sash. I mean, I have a feeling it might be, but most Urshifu under Tailwind are Choice Band. So, yeah, I haven't really seen too many Focus Sash Urshifu with Tailwind on Tailwind teams. So I'm gonna take a chance, because I don't have that information. I have to wait until Top Cut to find out if my opponent has the Focus Sash and Urshifu. But we're gonna find out now, and for now I'm just gonna have to try to make a big play here. Try to set up the Sun, and then hopefully we live the Max Geyser from Tapu Fini. I mean, it's not Life Orb Tapu Fini, it's Choice Specs, and they were locked into Dazzling Gleam, so they had to Dynamax. And unfortunately, Urshifu is Focus Sash, so I might lose this game, unfortunately, because I don't have an answer for Focus Sash Urshifu. I was hoping that they were just like Choice Band. That would have been great, but yeah, there's Focus Sash, so unfortunately this is really bad. So that's probably gonna be the game here. I mean, I don't really think there's much I can do, because I have no damage in this Tapu Fini. But it would be really nice to find out how fast the Tapu Fini is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go for the Wood Hammer into Tapu Fini to find out if it's like faster or slower than my Rillaboom. Yeah, plus they can... Let me see. They probably don't protect. I mean, I guess they could protect. Well, I have Urshifu here, so they're not gonna be able to go for protect. I think they just Sucker Punch into Urshifu and hope that they outspeed my Urshifu. I'm gonna go for the Aqua Jet and hope that I win the speed tie. It would be really sad if I lose the speed tie, because my Urshifu is max speed. But yeah, they might be max speed too. So let's hope I win this speed tie and try to get big damage with the Wood Hammer. Otherwise, this is just like really bad. Okay, we're gonna go for Wood Hammer. Try again to make another big play. Aqua Jet, Wood Hammer, and hope for the best. But I lose the speed tie. Ah, that sucks. And they get a critical hit just to rub it in. Alright, well, I targeted the Fini, so I don't know if I'm even going to be able to knock out a single Pokemon on their team. Yeah, well, that sucks. But we know that Tapu Fini is faster than Rillaboom now, so that's good information. Okay, and Wood Hammer does not knock out Tapu Fini, and that's with the Miracle Seed. So, very sad to see that the Wood Hammer doesn't knock out Fini. But yeah, it's Dynamax Fini, so what was I expecting? Yeah, so this is going badly. I mean, what can we do? Focus Sash Urshifu is just unfortunate. Because then maybe Colossal might have had a chance to live the Max Geyser with the sun up. Because, yeah, it's not Life Orb Feeny. So maybe Colossal could have taken that. If Urshifu was like Choice Band or something. Let's see. Yeah, this game is over, but I think I know what to do in Top Cut if I play Dabide again. I'm gonna try Rillaboom and Dragapult lead. Now that I know that Rillaboom is slower than Tapu Fini. Well, anyways, that's a good game.